What up, YouTube? It's your boy Ryder Kick here. How many of you guys out there are Star Wars fans? And how many of y'all have been following what's been going on with this whole Lucasfilm thing? Firing of Gina Carano and the whole Mandalorian third season being up in the air, and freaking what else? The Ahsoka series being up in the air. I don't know how you guys are feeling out there and stuff like that, but I wanted to do a piece on this. I mean, typically, I wasn't gonna really get into this on my channel and stuff like that, but I've been watching a lot of different other channels and stuff, and people have been kind of putting their input, and let me say this much: the way I'm gonna approach this, I'm leaving all the politics out. Let's just leave all the politics out of this. Because, basically, if that's what it's about, I'm going to leave all the politics out of it. I'm looking at it from a standpoint of the bottom line. The bottom line is about making money. That's the bottom line. And it just kind of seemed to me that Disney just really they basically just shot themselves in the foot on a lot of levels. This is one of those scenarios of what is the price of being right? What is the price that you're willing to pay to be right? But now keep in mind, be right in your own mind. You see what I'm saying? Because apparently there's a whole bunch of Star Wars fans out there that did not agree with Disney's decision to let her go or to fire her. And me personally, I didn't agree with that either. Now I get the whole thing of there are certain repercussions and stuff like that can transpire, whenever you speak your mind. And see, this is the kind of the weird thing about, here in America, you have the freedom of speech, okay, to say what you want to say, but people fail to realize, yeah, technically you can say what you want to say, but there's a but to it. Sometimes when you say what you want to say, there can be repercussions behind it. Let's be real, you can see that, all the time, on the streets. You run your mouth to the wrong person and stuff like that. You can either, get your behind whooped, or you could be taking a dirt nap. But, like they say, you got the freedom to say whatever the hell you want. But it just may come with a consequence. But, far as the whole situation with, Gina Carano, I saw some of the tweets and stuff like that, and I've heard worse. Honestly, I've heard worse. I've read worse, a whole lot worse. And, I don't know. Disney is really weird. It's really weird. Because they really pick and choosy about when they want to, take a stance, on something. But, aside from all that aspect of it, Gina Carano, her character in the series is a key element character. A key element character. Why on God's green earth would you want to get rid of a key character in the whole series, and actually, multiple series, if nothing else, be a supporting key character in some of the other series? Why would you want to risk that just so you can appear to be right, which you're very not right? That's a lot of money lost. I mean, if you're looking at business sense, which apparently Disney wasn't using any business sense on that whatsoever. Merchandising, T-shirts, memorabilia, action figures, things of that nature. Then not only that, she's supposed to be in a Ahsoka series, okay, and I'm sure she would have been popping up in the Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett. Probably gonna see her in some of the other series, the Ranger series. Why would you risk that? Because you want to play, I'm right now. Sometimes you got to think about your money. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to think about your market. And see, that's another thing too about. This is one of the biggest things where I think Disney really messed up at. Is you gotta be very, very in tune with your fan base. And what I mean by that is you gotta have far as question Q&A cells and stuff like that, what some of your key fan base people, I don't care what it is, whether it's your Marvel group or the Star Wars fan base. You need to have people that are pretty much boots on the ground, if you will, as far as that, and not just listen to any old clowns. Because I'm gonna tell you what happened to Disney. Basically, they got sucked into 5 or 6 knuckleheads out there. They got really big mouths and got nothing better to do but sit around and quack and everything. And those 5 or 6 knuckleheads they went with, but come to find out, they were not true Star Wars fans. You see what I'm saying? And now it's costing them. Because I ain't gonna lie, when I heard that they fired Gina Carano and then all the other mess that Disney was doing, a lot of people just canceled their subscription. Okay, I sold my Disney stock. That's what I did. Because as of right now, the way it stands, Disney potentially has screwed up probably about 5 or 6 projects, and they pissed fans off so much and so bad that I can see their merchandising suffering because of that. They're already talking about as far as Disney subscriptions being canceled and everything. I don't know all the intricacies about that. I don't know how true all that is and everything. I mean, I'm sure quite a few people have done it, but I don't know what the extent of the impact on that was. But money's money, though. And apparently Disney's not thinking about that. People are too caught up in their own little personal agendas And another thing that I think Disney did that wasn't very smart is, so here you got this person in your company this completely going against the grain, okay, of the fan base, okay? They're trying to take Star Wars like a completely different direction with some old weird hokey stuff. But Disney hasn't gotten rid of that person. So what does that tell you about far as Disney's judgment? Now, as like a little sidebar note, and this is just my personal opinion, okay? You know, everybody's entitled to their own personal opinion. All this that I've been saying is my personal opinion. Honestly, if this project was my baby, did I create it from ground up, and I gave it to somebody else to run the ball, and they're mucking it up, I'd get it back. I ain't gonna throw no names out there because everybody knows where I'm going with this. I would get that back because here's why. You put in all this work, all this pain and suffering, all the late night hours to design, cultivate, structure this beautiful masterpiece. You hand it off to someone that told you and promised you that they would do good by it, and then they don't. And not only do they don't, they've turned this masterpiece, this beautiful story, this eloquent universe that you created from ground up, from the sweat of your brow, and they just destroyed it. They just ruined it. So not only did they break a promise that they made to you, two, they destroyed something that you spent so much time and effort into making. And not only that, they completely divided your fan base. In essence, they ruined your legacy. Me personally, if I had the power or the wherewithal, I would get it back. I would get it back and put it back on the road of redemption. And you know the sad thing about it, so Jon Favreau, he was on the road of redemption with the Star Wars project. He was going the right direction. He saw the creator's vision and what he wanted and where he was going. And then just like that, Disney intervened And now here we are. So, yeah, so that's my rant on that. I wanted to do a piece, you know, basically, you know, talking about the whole, you know, issue, you know, with what's going on with Star Wars. Because I am a Star Wars fan. You know, I'm old school. And you know, I just had to, you know, I had to chime in. I had to say something, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because I just feel like the way everything was handled with all that, it was poorly handled. You don't fire somebody in social media. Who does that crap? It's not only unprofessional, it's just straight up stupid. Who does that? But what's even worse than that is who lets a person like that stay in a position of authority? That person right there looks worse than the person who actually did the deed. Honestly, you know who looks like the biggest clown out of all this? It's Kathleen Kennedy's boss. It's on him. He looks like the biggest clown right about now. And everybody that sits on that higher than thou board and stuff like that, right now, she's made all of them look like complete clowns. Complete clowns. Honestly, I'm really surprised that they ain't got rid of her a long time ago. I would have gotten rid of her, and I would have rehired, given Gina Carano a new contract with an apology. They definitely owe her an apology, regardless whether, you know, regardless of whether they were cool with her comments or not, agreed or disagreed and stuff like that. That's just unprofessional, the way that went down. Unprofessional. I mean, because that could have like hurt or damaged her acting career, you know. But fortunately, for Gina Carano, she's got a ton of fans out there, and there's a ton of people out there, a ton of companies out there. They're smart enough to hire her because she is talented. And you know what? And that's part of the reason why I went on ahead and sold my Disney stocks. I can't see putting money into a company or getting behind a company that has leadership like that. That's unprofessional like that. And then to make matters worse, they didn't have the wherewithal to make the situation good. You see what I'm saying? They did not have the fortitude to make the situation good. You know, it's kind of like this. Every now and then, no matter how big of a giant you think you are and stuff, every now and then you're going to have to eat crow. When you eat crow sometimes, that means you can put the big boy pants on. That means you're a true boss. Because it takes a true boss to know what, to be able to admit that, oh, you know what, we really screwed up. That's how that works. That shows that you're a true boss. Blaming stuff on other people all the time? Nah, that doesn't make you a true boss. If you're spending 90% of your time trying to duck and weave, dodge responsibility, or put the blame on somebody else, when you know you screwed up, you need to go ahead and take ownership of it. And you know the crazy thing about it? This is Disney. It's a big company. So if Disney would have went ahead at the very top, just go ahead and ate crow, be like, you know what? Yeah, we screwed up and everything. You know, we could have handled this situation a whole lot better than what we did. So now we're trying to get ourselves on the road to redemption. So this is what we're going to do. XYZ. But Disney has not done that. They have not done that. So if you're willing to invest your good hard-earned money into a company that gets down like that, that's on you. You know, it's your money. But I can't do that. I can't stand behind that. To me, it's a principle factor. That's kind of where I'm at. If you're putting your money into a company like that, you might as well be just like them, because you're backing that line of thinking and that attitude. You're basically saying that, hey, you know, I support that. I support their business ethics and how they get down. Well, anyways, okay, so I'm at where I'm been heading all this time. So I wish you guys all the best. And be good to each other. And one last note I'm going to say, far as the divide, you know, between, you know, and Lucasfilm and the Star Wars fans, guys, we needed to get it together. We really need to get it together. People really need to come together. And as far as Lucasfilm, yeah, you guys really need to get your stuff together. This is the worst I've seen you guys in a long time. Maybe if people do a little less talking, a little more working. Well, anyways, this is your boy Ryder Kick signing out. Wishing you all the best. Deuces.